Hi everyone, my name is Tom Pettit and I am the owner of Living Heritage Tours. You're receiving this video because you're scheduled to go on a church history tour with me this year. I'm excited and I can't wait to meet you. In fact, I can't wait to take you to these wonderful sacred sites. I've led about 50 church history tours and I'm just as excited to go on this one with you as I was the very first time. This doesn't get old for me and I'm looking forward to it very much. But there's so much talk about the coronavirus, I wanted to speak to you directly about the things that I have done on past church history tours and what I will do on your church history tour to ensure your health and safety. I also want to share with you some things that I've received from our bus companies that we use, the restaurants we eat at, and the hotels that we stay at to let you know their response to the coronavirus. First, I'll share with you what's on the CDC website. They ask the question and then they give the answer. What is the risk of getting coronavirus on an airplane? Their answer: because of how air circulates and is filtered on airplanes, most viruses and other germs do not spread easily on airplanes. Although the risk of infection on an airplane is low, travelers should try to avoid contact with sick passengers and wash their hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use hand sanitizer that contains 60 to 95% alcohol. Now, speaking of restaurants, we don't go to mom and pop restaurants. We don't go to hole-in-the-wall restaurants. We go to either regional or national chained restaurants. And when we go to the restaurants, we've reserved the banquet room at these restaurants. So we get off the bus, we go into the restaurant, we go into the banquet room, which is privately reserved for us. They bring the food in and the doors are closed. We don't have strangers or the general public walking past our tables, breathing and sneezing and coughing as they pass by. That doesn't happen because we seclude ourselves in these banquet rooms to eat our meals, and then from there we get right back on the bus. On the bus, we have an on-off hand sanitizer policy. We have a big bottle of hand sanitizer, and as you're getting off the bus, you get a squirt. When you're getting back on the bus, you get a squirt. That keeps you and the rest of us healthy, and so we'll do that. I'll go back to the food for a moment. When we do catered meals outside a restaurant, picnic style, we not only cater from chain restaurants, but we make sure that the meals that are provided, they're not finger food. We're not grabbing hamburgers or something off of the same platter. We have food where we're using utensils to make sure that we're not touching each other's foods. When I'm speaking into a microphone on the bus. And so you don't have to be in the first row or two to have a good experience with the things that I say. Because of the sound system on the bus, you can be in the last row and hear just as well, just as effectively as if you're in the first row. And so there's no need for anybody to get closer than they feel physically comfortable in doing so in order to hear and have a good experience. That goes for on-site tours as well. When we're at the historic sites, the missionaries that are there will divide us into small groups, and they will lead those small groups through the historic site. That also allows you not to feel like you've got to cram in with a bunch of people in order to hear the speaker. The thing that I've done in the past, which I am no longer going to do, is provide disposable water bottles. I used to buy cases and cases and tons of cases of water and keep them on the bus so that everybody has as much water as they want. The problem that I now see, that I didn't see over the past several years, is people would go for a bottle of water, and out of their kindness, and they're wonderful people, they would offer, "Who wants a water bottle? I'll bring you one." Several hands would go up, and the individual pulls out the water bottles. Sometimes there's more than two, and so they're sticking them under their arms, and they're walking down the aisle, and the water bottles are bumping into people, and now all of a sudden you take that water bottle and put it right up to your mouth. Last summer it didn't seem like a big deal, but the world's changed. And so what I'll encourage you to do is bring your own reusable water bottle. This way it'll be cold water because you can put ice in it at the hotel. And then at each historic site, you'll have the opportunity to keep that water bottle refilled. And so you'll have as much cold water as you want throughout the day, but it will be safe and sanitary because it's yours and only yours. And so we'll make sure that we do that. Now, those are some of the things that I do. Let me share with you some of the things that I've learned from the hotels and bus companies. From the hotels, In response to the coronavirus, we have taken additional measures developed on consultation with global and local public health authorities, including the WHO and the CDC, to make our cleaning and hygiene protocols even more rigorous. Our hotel teams are receiving ongoing briefings and enhanced operation protocols. We have increased the frequency of cleaning our public areas, including lobbies, elevators, door handles, public restrooms, etc. And have continued the use of hospital-grade disinfectant. We will continue to adjust food and beverage service in accordance with current food safety recommendations. We have increased the deployment of antibacterial hand sanitizers. We have activated our regional and global response teams to provide around-the-clock assistance to our hotels and are prepared to act swiftly should we be alerted to a case of coronavirus at one of our properties. Now, from our bus company, they asked the rhetorical question: how do we help protect our customers and drivers? Their answer: our bus cleaners have been trained to pay special close attention when cleaning the items below with soap and water and spraying with disinfectant each time a motor coach returns from a charter. Drivers will wipe down these same surfaces with disinfectant wipes at the end of each day. Our drivers will ensure hand sanitizer and other cleaning supplies are available on every charter. Now, what are those things that they pay special close attention to? The handrails for entering and exiting the vehicle, armrests, driver steering wheel, dash area, headrest, window sills, restroom door handles, restroom handrails. Vehicle is sprayed with disinfectant every night. Baggage door handles, interior as well as exterior. And the drivers have disinfectant wipes available on the vehicle for your use if you'd like to wipe down your own area. All of those areas of the bus that I just listed are wiped down every single night. If a passenger or a driver is showing symptoms of the flu or coronavirus while on a charter or on a tour, the driver will notify dispatch immediately. Action will be determined on a case-by-case basis. They say it will be determined on a case-by-case basis. However, when I charter a bus, I'm the one in charge. And so I dictate how each case-by-case will be handled. And it's in this way. We've done it in the past this way with passengers who have fell ill. And it's worked out for the best. And this is how it goes. When someone appears to be sick, or complains of being sick, or they report being sick, and this is somebody that's a member of the tour group, then we take care of them as best we can. We love them, we care for them, we feel disappointed that they won't be able to continue on with the tour, but we don't just leave them on their own. Of course, we help and assist get them to a medical facility where they can get medical help. If they're unable to return to the tour after receiving that help, then we assist in making arrangements to get them back home prior to the end of the tour. Of course, we're all disappointed when that happens, as it has. One thing that hasn't happened, and yet I won't hesitate to make happen, is that when a bus driver gets sick, what do? Well, if I suspect that a bus driver is sick, I will demand that the bus driver is replaced. And we might be hundreds of miles away from this bus company's headquarters. And that doesn't matter because every bus company has networked with other bus companies. So if our driver gets sick, no problem. Within a couple of hours, we'll have a brand new, healthy bus driver to lead us off on the rest of the tour. So that covers the hotels, the restaurants, what I do, the things that you should do, and the buses. I hope that answers some of your questions about the coronavirus. By the time we get to the tour, nobody might be talking about this virus anymore. It might be a thing of the past, or we might still be talking about it. Either way, these are the things that I and the hotels and the buses and everybody else we're doing to make sure that you have a healthy and safe, very enjoyable, spiritually uplifting adventure as you visit the sacred historic sites of the church. The only reason that I would cancel this upcoming tour is if the church closes their historic sites. I'm not going to have you pay lots of money and spend so much time to drive by the Susquehanna River. I want you to go down and experience it. We're not going to go and drive by the Sacred Grove. We're going to be able to go into the Sacred Grove and experience it. So that'll be something that I'm in close communication with the historic site directors in each of the cities and at each of the sites. In fact, I've got a couple of contacts in downtown Salt Lake that oversee the historic sites. At this point, there's no discussion of closing the historic sites, but that would be the trigger of me canceling the tour. Otherwise, we'll stay nice and healthy and safe and have a wonderful experience. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. Thank you, and I look forward to meeting with you soon.